How much is that, Barry Sachs?
$1,979.
Not a really good discount yet. We're here at Sam Ash in Charlotte, North Carolina. Just announced that there will be no more Sam Ash stores ever, so they're all closing for good. All the Sam Ash stores are going out of business. Makes me kind of sad. I liked Sam Ash. They opened one in Hollywood next to the Virgin Megastore. That was actually their second location, but there was one in Hollywood for a long time. And I thought it was a great store because they actually sold some amount of winds and brass stuff and a decent amount of sheet music. So I went there a little bit as a kid and teen growing up when I needed a few things, usually with my dad, I think, if I remember right. And then later on in life, in the late 90s, I worked there for 3 months. I got a job in the winds and brass, kind of just desperate for a job, so somebody told me to go work at a music store. Okay, and I went and interviewed and had never worked retail before and got the job. Didn't last all that long. If anyone who's worked retail probably knows why. But it was not the most pleasant work environment with the people there. Eventually, when I decided to quit, which was not very far into the job, maybe 3 months, and that was a lot. Like every day there just ticked by so slow. All they had me doing was organizing books and things like that. And when the few people came into the store to look at things, the other two brass and winds people sort of had a rule of seniority where, you know, unless I was the only one there to service a customer, they're the ones that had to service the customer. So I just had to kind of keep organizing and doing busy work, even though I'm an outgoing personality and I probably knew more about some of those things in that store than they did. But that's neither case here or there. That's just the way things went in that environment, and I didn't like it, and that's why I left. So when I decided to quit the store, and I'll never forget this because it's the only time I quit a job or whatever. First I gave them 2 weeks notice. I wrote a proper letter. I told my manager in the department, and he was, just kind of upset about it because I guess they needed me to do stuff and they were hoping I would stay longer than a few months, right? But anyway, he was just kind of like, whatever, okay, fine. Well, you're gonna hate your life for the next 2 weeks. He was kind of like, I'm gonna make it no fun for you for your next 2 weeks, and you're making it way worse for me. And he kind of cursed me out and stuff when I gave him the letter. The next day I came in, he was just like, I want you to fix all these books in your last 2 weeks so it's absolutely perfect, alphabetized and categorized. I said, okay, I'm gonna quit now then. And the guy's like, you can't do that. I said, yeah, I think I can. I'm gonna quit. He goes, you go talk to the manager of the store. I'm like, yeah, okay, but I'm not gonna see you anymore. Bye. And I took my stuff. I went into the manager's office, and I had been kind of friendly with him, the main manager. He always was nice to me, but went in there and told him, I know, because I guess he already heard about the 2 weeks, but I said, I know I gave you 2 weeks, but I can't work with this guy 1 second longer, so I'm leaving now. That's it. I quit. And he just got enraged, and he started F-bombing me and cursing me out. It was terrible. It was just terrible. I turned and I said, okay, thank you, bye-bye. I don't think I'll shop here anymore either. And left. A year or two later, I ran into that trumpet player at a gig, believe it or not. And I had never ever seen him play trumpet at a gig other than working at Sam Ash. But I ran into him at like a local gig. And he was friendly to me and told me that a week later, the manager who had cussed me out and was super nasty to me got arrested by the police and thrown in jail for some amount of time for stealing a bunch of things, including like a very expensive drum set from the store. Apparently he had been doing a scam there where he was taking in used instruments and buying them for like a tenth of what they were worth before he ever put them up to sale to the public, and just taking them home and then who knows what, selling them or keeping them. I don't know. But he got arrested and then he was immediately fired just a week after I had quit and left the store. That was my impression of Sam Ash. That's my quick story of working there. As far as Sam Ash was concerned, I'm not going to shed a tear. I just didn't like working there, and it's just a little sad that the music stores are completely closing down. But what are you going to do? Find your stuff somewhere else. It's the way of the world. Nothing lasts forever. So see you later, Sam Ash. Tuba Dylan out. Oh, Sam Ash, how I'll miss you. Sam Ash, you were mine. I could always find my sheet music, or a mouthpiece, or a chime. It's where I sold a penny whistle to the professor and Back to the Future. And I sold a harmonica to Stevie Wonder. Oh, that was so bad.